Over the past 20 minutes, I've talked how devices know where to send the traffic, about their states, whether the one is active, whether the one is standby, if one goes down, you know, the second device knows for sure it's being down and handles the traffic. Okay, now it is the time to know the truth. What is happening? Synchronization. We have a packet that is called CCP. It is a cluster control protocol designed by Check Point. We have two types of synchronization. The first type of synchronization is called full sync. The second one is called delta sync. Full synchronization happens when we have to synchronize the whole connection table from scratch. If one device is active, the second device is standby, and the second device went down, it comes back to life and it has to synchronize everything from the active cluster member. So in that case, we use full sync, and in that particular instance, it operates on encrypted TCP port, which is 256. All right, so the second type is called delta sync, and delta sync is using same cluster control protocol, and it works on that port 8116. It's being sent every 0.1 second to every interface to make sure all interfaces are online, working fine without any problem. If there are any issues, it's being reported over that port. So devices know whether a second device is alive because of that. Basically, when devices have been synchronized with the full sync after one device went back online, if they are working fine in production, let's say we have active standby configuration, and it's working just fine. To synchronize new connections, we're going to use delta sync. So CCP packet on port 8116, responsible for that as well. I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Look at that. We have TCP connection that's going to our active device. It's being added to our connections table. Remember when we spoke in our checkpoint introduction lessons how stateful inspection firewall works? So that's basically it. It's being added to our stateful inspection table in the kernel. We have that connection that's being on our firewall, and then the packet goes, somewhere that it was destined to. At the same time, okay, we have a second connection as well, just to show you a bit more complicated stuff. Not one connection, we have two. That connection is being sent out to standby device, but then it's actually way too slow of the traffic flow that I have. It happens over 0.1 second over the sync interface. It's being added, duplicated to connection table of the standby device. Same for the second connection. Regardless of how many of them we have, it's going to happen, over our sync interface, the CCP packet. Just to remind you, because it's really important, if you reboot device, or just joining the cluster and you have to synchronize your whole connection table from scratch with the active device, it is called full sync. Works on the encrypted TCP port 256. If you're gonna troubleshoot that in the future, why it's not working, if the traffic is being blocked, whatever, you're gonna use that port 256. And delta connection only for added connections. Working on all interfaces. Yes, so what it's doing is synchronizing connection tables, health status of interfaces, and if states of our firewalls are changing from, let's say, active 1 to down, or whatever state it is, this is how it knows what is happening.